I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Because there are thousands of cafes in Seoul. Literally thousands. But life is too short to spend your time and your money somewhere that doesn't make you feel like family. On this episode of the Foreign Tigers podcast, I sit down with Sunny from Sunnyhouse, a gluten-free bakery cafe just a short walk from Hongdae, one of Seoul's most popular spots. The food is great, the drink's refreshing, but that isn't really what I'm interested in. Sunny and the team aren't just there to serve you food. They are community builders disguised as a cafe. They say they are your second home in Seoul. So in this episode, I find out why Sunnyhouse focuses so much on its guests, how the worst events of someone's life can help them live their best life right now, and how gluten-free baking has given so many people, both here and around the world, a place to relax and eat in a safe way, right here in Seoul. Also, I hope you're watching on YouTube, because you'll find a YouTube exclusive where Sunny tries my attempt at a gluten-free British-style pie. So let's get into it. We sit here today just a few days after celebrating Sunnyhouse's first birthday. It wasn't just Sunnyhouse's birthday though, it was your birthday party, Jimin's birthday party, and Sunnyhouse's
That's
birthday
right.
party. How are you feeling about this milestone?
Well, it took us a long time to get here, to be honest, because beforehand, I'm sure we're going to talk about it because there were a lot of obstacles,
Yeah.
as you know. So it was very emotional, and everybody who were at the party was someone that I met along the way of growing this place. So that really meant a lot.
Yeah. It was, there were a significant number of people, but it was really intimate and it felt special to be in the room. And you could tell how much like it meant to you, Jimin, and like everyone here to like celebrate that. It was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So we mentioned Jimin already. So Jimin is your brother-in-law,
That's right.
and he actually owns Sunnyhouse.
Right.
And I think, would it be fair to describe you as volunteer baker, chief happiness and community officer of Sunnyhouse?
I think that's a perfect way of wording me.
Okay.
Perfect.
We'll add it to the
Yes.
bio at some point.
Yes,
So it seems like you take that quite seriously.
I do.
You know, making a community and making people feel welcome. Why?
The thing is, I do speak English, right? And that's because I grew up in America for 10 years of my life, but that was a very significant time in my life. My elementary school, middle school, high school. And being a foreigner and being the only Asian kid in a very white dominated school was not an easy thing,
Right.
to be honest. And I never felt at home. Although my house was there, my parents were there, my brother was there, it didn't feel like home. Never.
So you're kind of replicating something that you feel like you miss.
Right. But then once I made a community, once I met my friends, once I made the connection with the people there and the neighborhood, that's when I first said, I feel at home. But that took me many, many years. So I always have that in me. So when I came here, every time I would see a foreigner in a subway or looks like they're lost or they're, here for the army, I would always go up to them.
Right.
Even before I started this place. I had to make sure that they felt welcomed.
Aw. Well, as a foreigner here, I'm sure we appreciated that. I'll say thank you on everyone's behalf.
My
'Cause
pleasure.
coming to Seoul is quite tricky.
Yeah.
It can be a bit of a culture shock sometimes.
It is. And sometimes Korean people, we don't smile at strangers. We don't do, just regular free talk.
Right.
We don't talk to strangers unless you're a cult. So I know how people feel when they first come here. So that's why, you know what? I I just made my mission to make sure that everybody, at least people who, come across me, feel like they have a place that they belong,
Right.
you know?
I mean, that's a lovely story that informed how you wanted to run a business. Like you could have grown up that way and then just decided to run a cafe in a semi-ordinary
Business,
way.
business.
Yeah, but you decided, no, we will build community kind of first, and I think that leads to some kind of magic moments, which like Saturday.
Mm.
For those that are unfamiliar with Sunnyhouse, we've kind of hyped it up, but there are some people that are unfamiliar. Can you tell us a bit about like the vision? I think you already mentioned it a little bit. And given that we live in a city with kind of endless cafe options, what do you think makes Sunnyhouse special?
Well, we don't chase trends, first of all, because your home isn't a place that chase trends.
Right.
So we actually focus on what I like.
Ah,
So let's say you go to someone's house. Let's say you're invited to someone's mom's house. What do they make you? Their favorite food,
right.
right?
Yeah, that's so
They
true.
have their own style of decorating their house. They have their own identity. They don't just go because, oh, this is trending. Why
Mm,
don't we make our home look the way it
right.
does? Let's
It's
follow Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, that's my friend's house. That's
Yeah,
my friend's mom's house. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna go there.
People's smell, I mean, house smells different.
Mm,
Have you ever noticed that? You go to someone's home, they always smell like something.
mm,
Or someone's house always smells like meat pie,
right.
or kimchi.
Mm,
And I just really needed to have that happen here. And this place was a home
mm.
before. It's just renovated.
Really?
So yeah, it's a Korean style home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I kind of see it now, but
Right. And that's why we have actually a floor heating.
oh, that's quite
Yeah.
unusual.
That's very unusual for a cafe, but this was a home. That's why we chose to be
I bet it's
here.
cozy in the winter.
Yes. And we're not in a place where people walk by.
Mm.
This is a quiet, hidden place.
That's true. Finding it the first time was a
Yes.
little tricky.
So if you don't know us, you don't get to be here. So that's our vision. We want you to feel special the moment you walk in. And that's why we do a lot of, I guess, cafe not related contents.
Right.
So that you can feel like you're part of us,
Yeah.
even before coming to Korea.
What was the last Instagram post? I think it was when the staff all have the same hairstyle, and it
Yeah.
was like everyone had a
Yes.
bun or like a little ponytail thing. That's not normal for a cafe. So I can see what you mean.
Yeah.
People showing some personality.
Right.
Wicked. That's cool. And it definitely is working because that's how
I'm
we
glad.
found you. Um, okay, so I think Sunny House is famous for being a dedicated gluten-free spot in Seoul. So for those that don't know, it can be quite tricky
Right.
to find a safe,
Mm.
gluten-free experience in Seoul. And you're also gluten-free yourself.
Yes.
So what have you found most gratifying about creating a space where people who have this need can come and dine safely?
Well, first of all, I had to survive on my own.
Mm,
That's how I started cooking and baking
right.
in Korea because there were nothing here that I could eat. Everything has soy sauce.
Yeah.
Everything gochujang, 된장, every paste. Now, because they want to make it cheaper
Mm,
and to manufacture, they add wheat instead of rice flour.
right.
Right. So I just knew that Korea was missing that niche.
Mm,
And with my blog that I was doing before, I thought maybe I can bring the gluten free and the awareness of it to Korea. So I was the very first person to do a dedicated gluten free
that's so cool.
in Korea.
And it was based on your need and something that
Yes.
they always tell you in business school, like find the gap.
That's right.
You found the gap.
I found the gap.
I think many people would be surprised to know that soy sauce contains wheat.
Oh, people don't know.
Yeah. I mean, when I was cooking that pie for you, which, the YouTube exclusive later, just teasing. Yeah, like you really have to be careful to,
Mm.
wheat is hidden in the
Very hidden.
ingredients sometimes. Um, is that something that you think should change? Like, because there are obviously allergens listed on a bottle of soy sauce. Um, but do you think they're like prominent enough? Do you think that people could be better educated about what contains wheat and fish and
I mean, I started 10 years ago, so it was worse. So I see the progress that Korea is taking on all those allergens. So I'm very happy. Yet, of course, we're not all the way there. But still, a lot of people think if you eat it, you don't die, it's fine. That's the mentality. We went through war. We went through so many, so much stuff. I can't believe you're complaining about food.
Right. Right.
See? So
Yeah, having food is
Yeah.
like,
you have food on the table.
yeah, don't complain.
Yeah, don't complain.
Right.
That's still the mentality a lot of people have.
In your case, it's a medical reason that that you
Right,
have
it
to be
runs in
gluten
the
free,
family, yeah.
and it's like, okay, but that food is making you sick
Mm,
every time,
right.
and at some point you either need to just kind of go, okay, I'm just going to be sick forever, or adapt,
Right.
right? And adaptations aren't,
Mm,
once
right.
they aren't that hard. Um, as I pointed out with the pie earlier, it's like
You can make it happen.
you can make it happen. It takes a minute, it takes some thought, but you can make it happen. I think that was the hardest part of
Mm,
doing it first, like for my mum.
mm,
It was thinking that realizing it was just the same,
mhm.
just the ingredients and the
Right.
process were a little different, and I just had to adapt for that.
That's right.
I mean, was that the same when you first started baking? Because I think you baked like wheat food first, and then you couldn't eat any of it. Is
Yeah, I
that
would
right?
just give it out.
Yeah.
Because that was my passion, and I
Right.
didn't know anything about gluten-free baking. And then when I first heard gluten-free baking, that was like, wow.
The world has opened up.
But everything tasted so I don't know if I can say the word
You can
Can
say
I
the word.
everything was
Right.
So of course, it took me such a long time to master
Mm.
all my recipes. But I do have to say, I think we do carry the best gluten-free bread
Okay.
that doesn't taste gluten-free.
I have tried it, and it is quite good.
Quite good.
Yeah.
Okay, you're from being not
Yeah.
of course, not like the sourdough and the German bread and the English, but
Yeah.
it can't do that. But out of gluten-free breads,
I think it's more that I'm quite picky with the way it's toasted.
oh, which one did you have? You guys had the grilled cheese sandwich?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's more softer.
Yeah, and
It's more Korean style bread.
I was like, this is not toasted enough. But
Okay, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. Feedback probably should have come
Mhm.
off the
Well,
podcast.
you could have asked because we always cater to our
Do you know what? I feel like
but you didn't know.
that,
Yeah.
and also my mom was so happy to be here
Oh, that's
that I
true.
feel like
You can eat bread.
I
You
feel like
shouldn't be complaining.
any complaint would have
That's
been terrible.
true.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to do that to my mum.
Good son.
Yeah, so I think that
Mhm.
among the gluten eating population,
Yeah.
there can be an assumption, we've kind of already touched on this, but there can be an assumption that gluten-free food is like lacking in
In
like,
taste.
lacking in taste, quality,
Mhm.
texture,
Right.
that make it like real food.
Mm.
For someone trying gluten-free food for the first time, like what would they be able to taste the difference? What do you do in the baking process to replicate gluten?
I have to be really honest because I'm not the best person to stick to gluten-free diet. I
Right.
do sometimes. I know this makes a lot of people mad
Right.
in the community, but my dad also, we're very stubborn.
Mm.
We're Korean, we love food.
Yeah.
So I really am very picky and stubborn on making the food taste like the original,
Right.
which makes me want to try the original. How would I mimic it?
How do you
Yeah.
match? Right. Yeah.
Right? I need to taste the bread and the way it rips, the way it, it's structured. Of course,
Yeah.
I can't copy it 100%. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to say it tastes exactly like the sourdough bread that you get from wherever place you like. But I try my best. And I think, especially if you couldn't have gluten for a while, everybody who eats it, they're like, oh, satisfied.
That's good.
Satisfied.
I know that she was happy.
Right?
Yeah, she was really happy.
That's all that matters.
I think, cooking both and obviously tasting
Mhm.
both, I think I have to really like. There's no like deception
Right.
in my head. It's like, okay, this is just a gluten-free version of this.
Uh-huh.
Um, but as for like taste, I don't ever think this tastes terrible
Mm,
because like
good.
I think one of
Right.
the things that we probably mentioned was that cooking with corn flour is a little different to wheat flour. It doesn't
Right.
bind. Yeah, so I had to use an egg, right? So that's not like terrible, but adding the egg added a similar kind of texture. It's a bit more crumbly, but
Right.
similar texture,
Uh-huh.
and it was fun. I
Mm.
think I try not to worry too much about my own food, but like I think
Uh-huh.
it can be close enough.
It can be close enough.
And it's good that you said that because you're
Yeah.
actually gluten free. So
Yeah.
good. Do you think that because you said that that you try
Mm-hmm.
in quotes regular food
Right.
sometimes. Um, why would that make some folks mad?
They're concerned about our health.
Ah, okay.
But because not everybody has similar symptoms. For example, my dad,
Mm.
the moment he eats gluten,
Right.
he has to go to the emergency.
Oh, really?
Right? He
Like
just
that bad?
that bad.
Okay.
But for me, maybe because I'm younger, I have more immune. I don't know, to be honest. But from what I know, they kind of eat away your gut health.
Oh,
So if you eat it the first time, you still have that little, I think it's called a folliculi or whatever that's called. It kind of cuts it off.
okay.
So I'm not going to be sick till they're all gone.
Uh,
The protection in my gut.
it's still there.
Yes.
Right.
So I take that to advantage. And even my dad kind of encourages me because he's like, you get to my age,
Yeah.
you're going to pass out
You'll
like
miss
me.
stuff.
Yes. So eat when you can, but do not overeat.
Mm.
So I'm very careful. So it's more like 90% of the time out of the whole year, I would be very strict, but I will take those, Korean enzymes and things like that will help with my gut health. And time to time, because I'm a cook,
Mm.
and of course, I make recipe for a job.
Mm.
So those times I do have this adventurous side in me where I have to know,
Yeah. You
you
have to know
know?
what the. It's
Yeah.
like yeah, I'm not vegan, and
Mhm.
I was never like fully vegan.
Right.
But you know, if I could,
Mhm.
I would buy like the vegan version of the
Mhm.
meat in
Right.
quotes, because I wanted to see what that tasted like and how close it was. And like there was some that I was
Right.
like, this is indistinguishable from regular meat, and I don't have the guilt of knowing that
Right.
an animal died for this. So,
Uh-huh.
the internal guilt. But
Right.
um, so yeah, I just made the switch in on that particular product. I'm not going to shout them out because I don't actually think they exist anymore.
Oh.
But at that particular point in my life, I was like, well, it doesn't make sense to fight this. Like it
Mhm.
tastes exactly the
It's
same,
good.
and so yeah, I made that change. I think you know replication sometimes goes a bit too far.
Mm.
It's like this
Mhm.
is like steak, and it's like well, it's not. It's
It's
not
not
steak.
steak,
Like
yeah. Like
say what it
vegan
is. Yeah,
sushi, it was a tomato, but it was good.
it was good,
It was
but it
good,
was one hell of a
but it wasn't a
tomato.
tuna tasting tomato,
Right.
you know?
We'll get there.
Yes.
So someday everything will come out of the tube.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
So you wrote a blog
yes, I
when you were
did.
younger,
Yeah.
and you had tens of thousands of views daily, right? What was that like? Like having that many people kind of
Oh,
follow, like, and you were young at this point,
yeah, high
right? So
school.
what was that like having so many people kind of
Hmm.
follow? Because it's not like you're just doing a tour around
Right,
town. You're
right.
telling people how to bake something that they will eat.
Mhm.
And that comes with like a certain level of responsibility. So that
Right.
must have been some pressure for you.
No, the thing was, I don't know how and why, but every time I start something, it attracts people.
Right.
Right. So when I first wrote on my blog, went on the front page of the site.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. First day.
First day, first thing. So I was like, oh, I was like,
This
that
started off
easy.
well.
Okay. So I just write whatever I want and people like it. And so actually, I started not with food, but I started with Um, money.
Okay.
Yeah, me.
Wow.
I was I think a sophomore in high school, and I was just talking about how to invest.
Right.
Right. And then it went to health,
Mm,
and it went to eating disorder,
mm.
and then it went to food.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was
There's some progression in there.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's quite common for people when they start something young to like lose interest. And I wonder, like, why do you think baking stuck with you?
Oh, but baking actually, it was a hyperfixation of mine starting from very early age. I think probably I would have to say middle school. That would be like 12 years old
Right.
in other places. Uh it was very intriguing when they melt the chocolate,
Mm.
when they scoop the chocolate, the spatula, the icing, or the sizzling, the sound, everything to me just it satisfied everything that I was craving.
Right.
And I would watch 5 to 6 hours of Food Network.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I did History Channel, so I
You
understand the
did.
obsession.
Okay. See?
Yeah. But once you get to that kind of point, like,
Uh-huh.
did like something, people say, oh, I always wanted to be a cop or I
Oh,
always wanted to be a lawyer. Did you always want to be a baker?
no.
No?
Never. Never thought it could be a job
Right.
for
So it
some
was just
reason.
something fun for you.
Yeah, I always wanted to be a singer or an actor.
I did actually know that already.
Yeah.
So it seems very clear to me that you don't sleep,
I
or you just
oh.
drink so much coffee that you just continue through the evening
Oh,
because you started
people
your own
think that.
business at
Mhm.
22, right?
22. Yeah.
And you teach,
Mhm.
you sing,
Yeah.
you bake,
Right.
and you're very popular. You're a very popular curator on
Right.
TikTok, Instagram, all of the
Skincare.
yep.
Yes.
And that's not even the full list.
Mm.
So yeah, how much coffee do you drink a day?
I
Like,
actually don't drink coffee at all. No caffeine.
what?
I
I
don't
don't
drink
believe you.
yeah, I don't drink caffeine
Really?
because I already have enough.
Okay.
It's I don't know. I
Wow.
have that in me.
So where does that energy come from? Because you must lag. You must be like, this is too much now. I'm tired. I want to go home.
Oh,
Where,
yeah, yeah.
for some people, they might smoke.
Right.
Some people, they might sit down, have a coffee. What's the
Oh,
thing that helps get you through?
I make TikTok.
Ah, okay. So that's your,
That I make TikTok.
okay, right. That makes sense.
Right.
Everyone has a thing,
Right.
right? So,
I blog, I TikTok, I share.
right. And then that kind of recharges you to carry on for the
That's
rest of
my
it.
caffeine.
I think that's just something unique about you. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you feed off of the energy of others,
Yes.
like in a good way, not like a
Yes.
vampire.
But, the attention or just oversharing.
Right. So during the research, it became quite clear that you're incredibly intentional about building a community here. And
Yes.
we've touched on it briefly
Right.
already. I mean, there's signage on the walls over there
Mhm.
about local events.
Mhm.
The Instagram bio that we mentioned already, and the way that you've welcomed me here today.
Mhm.
What fuels that desire to not only have community in your personal life,
Mhm.
make it a central tenet of your business?
I mean, I think it comes from a very selfish reason, to be honest,
Right.
because I feed off of their energy, just like you said. I have to have a community. I have to feel like I belong, and I have to make sure that everybody feels belong. You know, I don't know if you're going to talk about this, but I do come from a very unique background where I was born in a cult, right? So I was never allowed to tell my worldly friends which church I go to.
Right.
I was never allowed to be in a closed area or even in a car with an opposite sex. I was not allowed to drink, smoke, of course, not date anybody.
Right.
I was in a very strict household and in an environment where I didn't felt belong here or even in the country.
Right.
So I feel like that's where I feel more I feel like my mission is there. That's all I care about because of that upbringing.
So that missing element in your
Yes.
kind of childhood and development
Right.
is something that you're like, I have to create that
Yes.
now. I mean, that's Really sweet.
Right. I don't even think it, to be honest.
It just comes naturally to you. It's like,
Yes.
this is, well, I mean, people have like elements of their personality that
Right.
just come so easily, right?
Uh-huh.
But, and I guess that's part of yours. It's like,
Right.
how do I build a community here? How
So
do I make friends in this
that's
room?
the thing. So I don't think I'm kind. I don't think I'm nice. I don't think I am a wonderful person. I just think I liked I just that's what I like.
Mm.
That's what I want to do.
Right.
I want you to be here. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to feel the care and the love that I'm sharing.
Mm.
So I don't like when people say, "Oh my god, you're the most kindest person." Like, how do you do this?
Mm.
It's because this gives me energy. You know how some people say, I can't believe you're volunteering so much at a cat's, shelter,
Yeah.
or you're donating this much." But I believe that they're doing that, they're not sacrificing.
Mm.
They do that because it gives them something.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
motivates them more,
Like, they've picked the thing,
Yeah,
but for them, that
it's that.
thing is worth it.
Yeah.
And it might look like a sacrifice to others, but
Right.
to them, it's not.
So I'm
Yeah.
not a Saint Mary, to be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah.
I don't know what they're called. I'm not a saint.
Mother Teresa type,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not sacrificing anything.
Hmm. I mean, I know lots of people that would disagree with you. There were like 70 of them
Oh.
here Saturday, but I mean, it's
Mhm.
interesting that you reflect that way about yourself. Perception versus your internal monologue, sometimes
Mhm.
they don't match, right? So
Hmm.
I've always found that interesting. Maybe we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yes.
So in your earliest, well, actually, we're going to talk about it right now. So
Oh,
in your
perfect.
earliest TikTok from 2022 on Sunnyhouse Korea, KR, you talked about not knowing.
Oh, yeah.
You've documented the journey that you've been on personally, and I found your approach of transparency and openness to be really refreshing.
Mhm.
It's, I mean, as an English person, it was almost scary watching you be that open and transparent. But as someone still finding their way, I sometimes feel like I also don't know either. So what's your message to folks out there who feel like you did 4 years ago?
I mean, I still don't know. I think we all feel that way,
Yeah,
right?
it's very true.
Right? But the thing is, I know for a fact, because I was so closed off from the world,
Mm.
when I came out, I shared with my close friends that I was born in a cult and et cetera, et cetera. And that freed me so much.
Right.
And I guess that kind of taught me that it's actually okay. And people around me were totally fine with it. They're
Mm.
like, who cares?
Yeah,
It was nothing. And then while I was, doing my business and all that, I've realized how every CEO I meet,
Mm.
or everyone who is dealing with the same, obstacles that as I am,
Mm.
when we talk, we're on the same page.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No one knows, you know?
Yeah. I
We're
mean, when you're a
nothing.
kid, right, you always think, oh,
Yeah.
the adults, they have it all figured out.
Yes.
And as you become an adult, you're like,
We're
that's not
all
true. We are all
No, we are all
making it up. Yeah.
lost. We're just pretending every single day.
So true.
And even when I was, owning my cafe, they would always come to me,
Mm.
like other owners, and they were like, "How do you do it? Like your business is booming." I'm like, "No, no.
Yeah. Oh,
Actually, I faked sometimes."
so that openness, that
Mhm.
liberation that you mentioned,
Mhm.
I think, it obviously benefits you now.
Mm.
Do you think in the end it was a positive thing?
I would have to say yes and no.
Okay.
And it's going to be a very fun story now.
Okay.
But when I first came out to my friend, it was all fine. It was very positive.
Mm.
Now I felt like they accept me for who I am and I do belong somewhere. But second time I opened, it was more to my students and my followers on Instagram.
Mm.
The news
Mm.
caught on.
Yeah.
I wasn't a celebrity, I wasn't anything, but I was a bit big on the food scene in Korea, so I guess they thought it was a newsworthy. I was on a national
Yeah.
news, KBS, SBS, NBC, with all my faces, my names.
Yeah.
And that didn't end up well because instead of people supporting me coming out and saying that I was a victim of a cult, they would call me a lot of names and my mom and how I might not even be my dad's daughter, all that stuff.
Right.
So I had to go through a lot of, you know, time where I felt like people do they recognize who I am? Like I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I would have to hide because I was having a panic attack,
Right.
you know? But at the end of the day, you know what? I still feel like it was worth opening. Now there's no one in the world. Well, I'm sure people don't care about, but
Yeah.
now you know what?
Yeah.
It's out there.
But you can walk down the street and
Right.
confidently.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have to hide anything. I don't have to tell people every time I meet them that I'm from,
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
born in the cult.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that sounds like that sounds terrible. Like you're going through that to start with. But
Mhm.
you know, I do believe that like trial and like trauma can make people stronger, you
I
know.
agree.
And I think part of what makes you an inspirational person is that story that you've so, you know, nicely and so, you know, humbly shared with us, you know, because everyone has something, right? They have a
Mm,
struggle.
right.
And seeing other people go through theirs might not change your circumstances at all, but seeing other people get through theirs
Mhm.
does show you that there is a path or can be a path.
Right.
So I think, you know, yeah, I think it sounds
Right.
terrible, but I'm glad we're sat here today and
Of
we're talking
course.
positively about such an
Right.
experience. Do you think the person who made that video,
Mhm.
that first TikTok 4 years ago, the person who's been through all of those struggles, do you think that as you sit here today, do you think she would be proud of how far you've come?
Oh, yes. I actually do think about that a lot of times because although my name is Sunny and I do look very bright and positive, through those dark period of time, I was very resentful, very depressed, very anxious. But I do think I overcame it very positively.
Mm.
I was making YouTube videos, I was still having fun, I was cooking and baking, I was still with my loved ones,
Yeah.
but I was very resentful and I would cry almost every day,
Right.
you know? And now that I look back, if 4-year-old me can see where she's standing today,
Mm.
she would not cry a single drop of tears. Because
That's
I
right.
am at such a wonderful stage
Right.
in life, and I tell myself and I tell all my loved ones, everything I went through
Mm.
is worth every minute
Mm.
because I am so happy at the moment, and I'm with the best people, best time, best place,
Yeah.
everything.
I think that's going to be like the clip of this episode because that is that is like the best message that we can give to people,
Perfect.
especially in like in this particular period
Mm,
of time, right? Like
right.
it gets better.
It does
Like
get better.
it's hard and you can find a way forward
Yes.
eventually.
Right.
And if you need help, right? I mean, that's an important part of your story that
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
we should probably mention, right? You didn't just kind of piece to camera and then turn off the comments and not talk to anyone,
Right.
right? You asked for help and
I
you
did.
kind of sought others' opinions, right?
Right.
Could you talk a bit more about that? Like, what was that like? Kind of being that vulnerable and then
Mm.
having to, you know, say, "I need help here."
I think because I started from a young age speaking to, doing blogs and everything, I never considered them someone I will never see.
Right.
They were my friends.
Mm.
Maybe because they're my friends. You know how when you meet people in real person, the moment you become friends is when you become vulnerable.
Mm.
When you talk about your traumas, you become best friends. You feel like now we're close.
Yeah.
When you actually talk about something that you will never talk to anybody else about.
Yeah.
Something about your family, very intimate things, right? So that's all I was doing. I knew and I believe that there are many good people out there. A lot of people say don't share a lot of things on Instagram, don't share a lot of things on social media because it will never be a good thing. But for me, for my experience, it was always a good thing. I made so many friends and people who would comment, I got to meet here.
Mm.
Everybody that you saw during my party, those are people that I didn't know. They never met. I never met them in person first. We talked online.
Yeah.
And even till this day, when I have a lot of people or if I see a follower who always comments, I message them directly
Right.
and I send them gifts as a thank you.
Mm.
I make sure that they know that I know them and I think about them.
You know, we spoke earlier about, you know, just
Mhm.
you run this place so differently from a business. It's quite remarkable to think that
Mhm.
all of those things that led you to, you know, quite a dark place
Mm.
have eventually led you to, I think you said it, like the happiest period of your life. You
Right.
know, like this happy period where this room was full and everyone was joyous. I mean, seeing this place so full and like
Mhm.
full of genuine warmth, genuine community
Right.
is when I understood why the bio is your second home in Korea.
Right.
You know, it's not just a
Mhm.
slogan. For some, it's clearly a fact. Like this is
It is.
their second home. So, you know, getting to that point, how does that
Mhm.
make you feel?
To be honest, I I wasn't sure what I was feeling. You know how when you're overwhelmed?
Mm.
I don't know if I was sad or happy or if I was concerned.
Right.
It was a mixed feeling. I wasn't sure because I wanted to make sure, I guess this is something that I'm working on, but I wanted to make sure that everybody in this place was happy. And it wasn't about me
Mm.
because I still think, and I think I should always remind myself, I owe it to everyone.
Mm.
I owe it to the followers. I don't know if you have seen that stage where I couldn't pay rent because I was in such a lot of debt. And I reached out to people on TikTok
Mm.
and they actually donated money to my PayPal and I was able to pay my rent
Mm.
so that I won't have to close Sunnyhouse.
Yeah.
See, that is still here.
Mm.
And everybody who came here isn't just here so that could celebrate my birthday. It wasn't about me. I had to make sure that I had to give them the best food,
Yeah.
the best time.
Mm.
And everybody who performed were the people who were seeking to for a chance to perform in
Yeah.
Korea,
Yeah.
who was needing that spot.
Mm.
I had to make sure that everybody was here to have at least some kind of benefit,
Mm.
network,
Yeah,
you
because
know?
I ask that because in many cultures, like cooking for someone is an act of affection, an
Yes.
act of love and
Mhm.
care. Um, and we've said this is not just a business, right? You know, we live in an age of fast food, you know, instant
Yeah.
gratification, fast fashion.
Mm.
Do you think one of the reasons people gravitate here, you know, gravitate to Sunny House for food
Mm.
is that it not only tastes good, we've discussed that, but it feels good too.
You know, actually, I talked about this. I told my friend, our food is not the best.
Mm.
It's not the best tasting thing, but that's not what we sell. That's
Mm.
not what we're here for. You know, we're here because they want us to know their name.
Mm.
I'm sure those are the people who are wanting to come to this place. And that's where I draw the line. Um, this place will not survive
Mm.
without what we do,
Mm.
you know? Of course, I can exchange my food with money,
Mm.
and that's what usually people do.
Yeah.
But here, you'll never see a kiosk.
Yeah.
You will never see us not ask you a question.
And by that, you mean the automated.
Yes,
Yeah. I
thing
was
that you see
literally
on
just about to ask
McDonald's.
you about that because,
Never.
yeah, it's impersonal.
Yeah,
I want to talk
no.
to you.
I need to know whatever is going on in your life. If you
Mm.
had a bad date with a weird Korean,
Mm.
I need to know.
Or weird person in general.
Yes, all weird people.
All
Well,
weird
but we're in
people.
Korea,
Right.
so
Yes.
you
Yes.
know. Or if you had a toxic ex,
Mm.
let me hear. Let
Okay.
me be your,
Mm.
that person that you gossip to, and will
People often
not
talk
care.
about like that small town vibe.
Yes.
You know, you go into the
Right.
shop, they know your order already,
Yes.
and you know, you talk about
The
the weather or
diner
what. Yeah,
vibe.
exactly. You've replicated that here.
That's exactly what I
Mm.
need this place to be. I don't know if the people know, but I don't get a cent. I
Mm.
don't get a pound,
Yeah.
penny, one from this place
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Volunteer baker and chief
Yes,
happiness and community officer.
right.
Yeah. That's new title. I'm gonna make you a badge.
Thank you. That's gonna be a long one, but I
Yeah,
will
definitely.
happily wear it.
Okay, so if it's all right with you, we're gonna do some quick fire questions.
Love it.
Gonna help us get to know you a bit
Yes.
better. Some are serious.
Okay.
Some are not so serious.
Got it.
Ready?
Ready.
Good. Favorite smell?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Interesting.
Mhm.
What is your favorite tucked away spot in Seoul? Somewhere that most people don't know about.
망원동? I think everybody knows that place though. 망원동.
Maybe,
울산.
but it's okay. So
Okay.
why?
망원동 because I felt like I had to say something.
Oh, okay.
But 울산,
Right.
they have the most beautiful beach.
Oh.
Ocean.
Mm,
Crystal clear.
yeah.
You don't really see that in Korea. There is
Mm.
no crystal clear beach unless it's Ulsan or Jeju.
Is it a good place to surf?
Yes. But they're not very welcoming.
Okay. I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, not welcoming.
Okay. Not
But-
welcoming, but
Yeah,
good beach.
yes.
Okay. Most used app on your phone?
TikTok.
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 Something you'd never compromise on?
Oh, saltiness of food.
Saltiness.
Yes.
You mentioned savory
Yes,
earlier.
savory.
Yeah.
It needs
Okay.
to be savory.
Got you. Cats or dogs?
I can't choose. I can't choose. It would break my heart. I
Okay.
can't choose.
I think you should tell people why, because we're sat in Sunnyhouse
Yes.
and there's a special guest.
Yes, we have a special
Yeah.
guest.
So who is the special guest and why are they important to you?
Well, his name is Wally. We saved him from a wall. That's why he's called Wally.
Right.
Right? And the thing is, all my cats, I have 4 cats, including Wally.
Right.
They're all rescued cats.
Right.
But the thing was, I wasn't really an animal person before, to be honest. But the moment I started living with them, it just sparked something in me. And now I'm actually looking to buy a farmhouse to rescue many, many animals.
Wow.
Horses, goats, pigs, you name it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if they need a home, I am trying to find an old, lovely dogs who are not adopted, so that they can have the most loving last few years of their life.
That's so sweet.
So of course I can't say dogs versus cats. I can't do that.
I understand
I love
now.
them all.
I think that was important context.
Yes, yes, that's why.
Okay, so if you could make a planet, what would it be like?
Oh, it'll be pink, first
Pink.
of all.
Okay.
It'll be pink. I love the color pink. And I will make sure that it's all horses, dogs, cats, flowers.
I'm seeing a theme.
Yeah, you see the theme. But I'm living that life right now. So, and of course, I don't know if I'm sure you can see the cottage vibe.
Yes.
And I need everybody to know everybody's business.
I love the vibe in here, actually.
you.
It replicates my house
Oh,
somewhat.
okay.
Best piece of advice you've ever received?
Oh, 쫄지 마. It's Korean. 쫄지 마. In English, it's like, I wouldn't say though, it's very similar to don't be scared, but it's more like don't
Shy away.
like right before you go up on the stage, you have that little intense feeling,
Yeah.
right? Because you feel like you're gonna forget something. You feel like you might not make it through the end of the play or whatever. You have that negative thoughts.
Definitely.
You feel like you're not worth it.
Yeah.
Then I used to tell myself, 쫄지 마. Okay? Because the most embarrassing thing is for people to see that you're embarrassed in front of the stage. Just fake it.
I do agree with you.
Right.
I think embarrassment plays such a big part in our lives sometimes.
Right.
And what we don't realize is that being embarrassed and showing that is sometimes is the embarrassing part.
Yes.
If you just did it,
Right.
people would be like, oh, okay, they're doing it.
Yeah, because you being embarrassed gives other people second embarrassment.
Yeah.
So everybody in the room is embarrassed. But also at the same time, I always tell myself, if you're not embarrassed in any way, you have a problem. You're not following your dreams. You're not doing anything.
Not pushing yourself.
Yeah. I feel like feeling embarrassed is the most beautiful thing you can ever feel. Stand up in the stage. If you want to sing, sing. If you want to say something stupid, say it. If you want to start a business at age whatever,
Yeah.
do it. If you want to start TikTok, do it. Stop feeling embarrassed. Feel embarrassed.
Mm.
Do it.
Embrace that.
Embrace it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Hmm.
Kimchi jjigae or BBQ?
Barbecue.
Okay.
I'm a big meat eater.
Okay. Now, Korean barbecue or Texas barbecue?
Oh, to be fair, I never had Texas barbecue.
Oh, okay.
I live in California.
Right.
I had steak.
American style barbecue.
Whew. Okay. I like American style steak
Yeah, me too.
more. I like beef.
Yeah. Yeah, a rack of ribs.
Yes. Thick, juicy
Yeah,
steak.
juicy. I mean, K barbecue is very good too.
Yes.
It's like a puzzle.
Mm.
Every bite's different.
Yeah, everybody's yes, that's right. Every bite is different.
Okay, so this is the easiest one of them all.
Okay.
You ready?
Right.
What's the meaning of your life?
That's the easiest. Meaning of my life.
Mm.
Whew, that's a deep question. Meaning of my life. I did ask myself, but I think I would have to say death.
Okay.
Death, because I wouldn't do the things that I do. I wouldn't take the steps that I do. I wouldn't be as grateful I am if death wasn't part of my life.
Right.
You see, death was what pushed me to say, I want to leave America and become a K-pop star because I don't want to regret.
Yeah.
And every time I feel like I'm lost, I ask myself, death is near. You know, you never know when you're gonna die. And if I do die in a couple of weeks, let's say, would you be proud of what you're doing?
Yeah.
What would you be rather doing?
Yeah.
And that's what pushed me to do Sunnyhouse. That's what made me say, you know, university is not it for me. Why don't I start my business? Why do I have to wait for graduation? And death was the answer to all of it.
You know, there'll be some people who watch this and go, that's quite a strange answer.
Mm,
But I relate to you 10,000%
I'm
because
glad.
I agree
Mm-hmm.
almost wholeheartedly that
Mm-hmm.
like people will often say to me, Lou, why are you doing that? It's like, well, I'll be dead soon. So why not do that?
And
Like,
we're not being sarcastic.
no, it's like, you know, Steve Jobs said something very similar.
Yes.
Yeah. He's
I
like,
know.
death is life's change agent, you know,
Mm.
and it's so true. It's like,
It is.
I've always thought that, like people around me have always thought that was quite weird. And it's like,
Mm.
well, yeah, like, it's not like I'm not scared of
Mm.
what happens or, you know, the manner in which death
Right.
might come. I
Right.
am, but that fear is nothing compared to the fear of what if I waste this chance?
Yes.
We're weird, but that's
I know.
okay.
I know.
Okay, so that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to dive into some more like food and culture
Love
stuff,
it.
if that's okay. Having grown up in the US,
Mm-hmm.
what stands out to you as the difference between Eastern and Western food
Oh.
cultures?
First of all, first impression of American food for me was if it's salty, it is salty.
Yeah.
If it's sweet, it is super sweet. So I didn't understand how people could eat this and survive. Okay, that was my first impression. Chocolate milk that I got from the cafeteria, I was like, they feed
Yeah.
kids
This is just
chocolate
sugary
milk?
milk. Yeah, what's going on?
And of course, they had salad bars and fruits, but mainly it was pizza, burgers, things that I would only be able to eat on a special occasion.
Right.
Right. And it was just a wild thing for me. And when I go to a grocery store, I would see so many options for cereals, different snacks, so colorful, neon green, neon yellow. I liked it as a kid, but it was like an eye-opening thing for me.
Seeing all of those options and you're like, I need to
Yeah.
taste every single one of those. Um, I agree. I mean, so our school lunches were not so different
Mm.
for a while. and then a very famous chef. You probably know him, Jamie Oliver.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, he went on a campaign,
Oh.
almost crusade to
Oh,
change school
change.
lunches. He successfully
Uh-huh.
did it, but whilst we were doing it, we did
Mhm.
not like him very much.
Oh,
He kept
because
changing our food, or he was
no more
part of.
chocolate milk.
Yeah, he was part of the reason that our food kept
Oh.
changing. But now I am kind of grateful. You know, we
Yes.
I think we were talking about this off camera, but like people are quite
Uh-huh.
sometimes feel a bit surprised when I
Mm.
cook.
Mm.
And,
Right.
I'm not going to say I'm a good cook, but
Peop
they're surprised at how good.
Uh-huh.
It's embarrassing to even say that,
Ah.
how good it is. But we get taught how to cook at school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like,
I didn't
and
know.
yeah, I didn't know that here. I didn't know that that wasn't common either.
It is not
Like,
common
because
here.
we get taught, like food safety and,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
baking, cooking a meal,
Right.
all of these things like home ed, like head tech, um and we had, yeah, it was like home technology or something was the class, and then there was food tech, which was, and I always loved food tech, always loved it. But when I got here and I found out that that was not something that happened here, I was like, oh, I thought that was, so when, people were like surprised that I cook, I'm like, yeah, it's because I was
But
taught.
it used to be a thing
Oh yeah.
when my parents used to go to school, but it stopped because now we're very education focused.
Okay.
Going to university is our
Math, science,
priority,
English,
not
Korean,
yeah.
history,
Mm-hmm.
cooking's not so important.
Yeah, cooking no, PE no,
Not important at all.
no.
You've only got to live.
I know. Just get a good job and you won't have to cook.
Yeah, I feel
Mm.
so lazy sometimes. Like you just all you've got to do is just lay there, hit a button, and
Oh,
food zooms
Korea?
itself to
Of
you. I
course.
can't. I can't do it too often. Because there's part of my brain that just says, no, like
Yeah,
it's not just like survival. It's like I
right,
have to cook at some
right.
point. I take care of myself, do the laundry.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I've always wondered how food businesses decide what to put on their menus.
Oh.
Do they focus purely on taste?
Mhm.
Perhaps like on aesthetics, so it looks good on camera,
Mhm.
or something else? Like when making the Sunnyhouse menu, like what things did you think about?
I think when I first started, it was all about taste and aesthetic to a point where if something doesn't sell out as much as I expected it to, I would change it
Oh, so
immediately.
you really track the numbers. Right.
Yes. But now it's more of me because before when I first started, just like everyone else, we always blame ourselves when something doesn't go right, right? So if people don't come, I blame it on my food. Is it not good enough? Is my cake not good enough? And so I would do so much, changing the recipe and all that. And so, and if people give me feedbacks, I'll be like, oh, of course, I'll change. And it will get to a point where it didn't really have any of my styles. It wasn't mine at all.
Right.
Some trending
Yeah.
dessert that you would see on another block of, Korean
It got so
cafe.
adjusted that it was no
Right.
longer what you made.
And I realized that's when I started studying branding and marketing. And I realized how famous brands or any cafe that is loved do not tweak.
Mm.
They have such a strong um, attractiveness to them because they're so stubborn.
Right.
They know what they like, they know what they want, and they know what you want
Yeah.
as a customer.
We're gonna tell you what you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna make you like our
Yeah.
stuff. If you
This is
don't
what
like
we
it,
make.
that's right. So that's what and that was like a big epiphany of mine. So I was like, you know what? That's what I need to do. So that's when I started concentrating what I like. And that's when I started getting customers who actually like my stuff, like-minded, you know? So the business was easier for me to run. So now I only think about, do I like it? Does it taste good to me?
Yeah. So I think the trend thing that you mentioned is really
Mhm.
interesting because, for those that don't know, like Korea is like
Oh,
trend city.
yes.
Like there is
It
a trend
is.
for a minute,
Right.
it'll be the hottest thing on planet Earth,
Right.
and then it will fade and then go something
Right.
else.
Dubai
Yeah.
쫀득쿠키.
That must be so hard as a business owner
Oh,
or, business
right.
operator to avoid. to stay away from.
Right. Because every time something goes viral, everybody around me goes like, you
Yeah.
should do that. You
Dubai
should do
chocolate.
this. Dubai chocolate. Why aren't you doing it? Butterstuff, croffle. But I always have to stay always calm and say, no,
No.
no.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll make a lot of money,
Yeah.
but we know that that's not going to last.
Yeah.
We all know that people who actually make things, make it alive, never chase. They're the one who start.
They're not trying to jump on the train.
No, I never want to do that.
Yeah. They're already at the front.
And that's just not me.
I think that's because we've seen that a number of times. Well, I've been
Yeah.
in Korea a little while now. I've seen that a number of times. And several
Mhm.
things have gone up and come down.
Right.
And like when it's a food item, it doesn't have any longevity.
It doesn't.
Like it
Never does.
And I think if you're a business that constantly changes or tries to change and copy, by the time you've recognized the trend,
It's late.
yep, you've got the supply,
Right.
you're behind, and then you're doing it again. And I can't imagine that that's fun.
Not fun.
Yeah, I mean, trends are always going to be a thing, but
It will.
it's
Mhm.
maybe there's two different, non-competing paths forward for the businesses. Some that follow trends and some that just this is
Right.
us. This is what we do. Come
Right.
here, don't come, whatever.
Mhm.
Being a long-term baker,
Mm.
what do you think separates a beginner baker from someone with your level of experience?
I think when you understand the ingredients, because I understand exactly why. When I read a recipe, I exactly know why all the ingredients are needed and why they're there for. But if you're a beginner, of course, you just follow the recipe and you don't really exactly know the purpose of the ingredients. For example, xanthan gum, it can replace eggs.
Yeah.
It can be a binder, etc., etc. Or sugar. Sugar is not just for sweetness, but it's for structure and to hold the cake in and not to flatten. Those things people, and I think that's what professional bakers know.
Yeah.
So that's why they can create their own recipe.
Yeah. My first experience making that pie gluten-free and then discovering that corn flour is
yeah.
not the same as regular flour
Right.
and would not behave the
Right.
same way. Like that for me is, that was the difference between Louis that didn't really know how to cook
Right.
and one that semi knows how to cook now. I roughly know how stuff is going to behave when I,
See?
heat it up, cool it down, whatever.
That's when you become a baker.
I'm never going to claim that, but like, I'll accept that I know my way around a
Yes.
kitchen a little bit. Is there an ingredient or supplier relationship that you're particularly proud of?
Oh, like as a recipe? As a
Yeah,
whole or an
it could be an
ingredient?
ingredient that you use here,
Hmm.
or a supplier relationship that
Mm.
you've cultivated that you think is unique.
Oh, I think Korean rice flour.
Right.
Korean rice flour has, of course, no gluten, but it has starch. It's very different from other, rice that's not sticky.
Yeah.
Right? So if you cook with Korean rice flour, all the recipe that you see on Google, you have to change it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need xanthan time to time because it already has that.
So I should have used rice flour instead of corn flour.
That's a good choice. But corn flour has such a nice fragrance, right?
Yeah.
But rice flour, I don't recommend it for pie.
Okay.
For say because they have a very strong rice scent. So if it's not added with vanilla or chocolate, cocoa, if it's not covered with
Then
other
that's not hidden.
strong scent, it needs to be hidden.
Okay.
So you made a great choice
Thank you.
with the pie. See? But rice flour itself, it's such an amazing replacement. And I really want everybody who has celiac to try Korean rice flour, just to try baking with it. It's amazing.
When I wrote that question,
Uh-huh.
I thought about your relationship with, you called him affectionately Matcha Man.
Oh, of course.
Like, I thought that was quite unique.
I didn't even think about the drinks.
Oh, really?
Yes, I didn't even think about I was thinking
Could
about the
you
dessert.
tell
of
us a bit
course.
about the Matcha Man story?
Okay, our matcha man, which I'm so grateful about, is named Toby. He's in Uji, Kyoto, Japan. And I've met him very it's like a movie. I went to Japan because I wanted to source authentic matcha for our cafe because I don't like, you know, bad matchas. So I went there, but because of a matcha trend, it was just all sold out. The moment I landed, I went straight to Uji, nothing left.
Yeah.
So I was in despair and I was like, okay, but I'm here. At least let me try something that was made from matcha. So I went to this small ice cream shop. And this old man had a worker with him. And we found out that she was actually Korean. So I told her what happened. Like, we came all the way here and we can't find any matcha. And so she translated to him, this owner. And he was like, you know what? You pretty ladies, you wait. Pretty privilege
All right.
was working. So he actually called Toby and said, there's this ladies from Korea who needs matcha. I know that you keep some hidden for your families, but I think this is emergency. So that's when he brought it to us.
Oh, wow.
And so we got 2 kilograms and we came. And I made a video, of course. I overshare everything. I share this wonderful journey I had in Japan that went viral. And then he found out that we weren't just ladies who were buying matcha for our family,
Yeah.
that we were having a business. So
Right.
I was panicking because he might be mad.
Right.
But he said, why didn't you tell me? From now on, I will make sure you will never be empty with matcha.
Oh, wow.
I will make sure that you have our matcha at all time.
Wicked. I'm glad I asked that question now.
Yes.
Because that's quite unique. You know, developing a
Yes.
special and such a direct supplier relationship
Mhm.
is
Right.
uncommon sometimes.
So a few weeks ago, actually, we went to see him, and we brought suitcase load of kids' toys because he has 3 beautiful sons, and so we have skincare for his wife and toys. And Jimin actually went to pick the leaves,
Wow.
grind them up in the stone mill,
So
and brought it
really
back.
getting hands-on with the
Yes,
ingredient.
we
That's wicked.
we really care
Yeah.
about our matcha.
Okay, so I got 2 answers for the price of 1
Oh,
question there.
great!
That was awesome. What's your favorite thing to cook or bake just for yourself?
For
Like,
myself.
you know, when no one's watching, what do you want?
Oh, I don't know if you agree on this, but if I'm not cooking for anyone, if I'm not feeding someone, I don't really feel the joy of
How are you
cooking.
doing this? You literally just read my mind. Yeah, that
Really?
is exactly how I am. My
That's
wife will
me.
will 100% attest to that. I do not
Yeah.
like cooking for myself.
For me, rice, seaweed, I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't want to cook anything extra.
ramen, easy.
Yes. See, but for people, I make 간장게장. I make 갈비찜. I make my own homemade pho. Anything takes a lot of dedication
Yeah.
that can show that I care.
Yeah.
곰탕 every summer.
No, same brainwave right
Right.
there.
But for me, I can live off of chips.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with anything. Like,
Mm.
what's that pot of sauce that we've hidden at the back that we
Yeah,
never
whatever
use?
I can
Yeah,
find.
I don't want to buy anything. That's
Yeah.
fine. I'll just stick that on
I
top
think
of
all
rice.
cooks are like that, though.
And it's hard to cook for yourself.
And you have to love feeding people.
Yeah.
And that's what makes you keep going, you know?
Yeah, I think that's kind of like it's kind of a curse. Like
Oh,
if you know, if I can't, I do think there is something to
mm,
be said about seeing someone else eat your food.
very.
Like, you know, it I always get nervous. Like I was very nervous when you were
Right.
trying the
Right. Whether
pie.
if they're gonna like it or not.
But there's part of me that's like, I really hope you like this. Like, and
Mm,
that's nice. And
mm,
it gives you,
it
you know,
does.
makes all the effort worth it.
It does.
I'm glad we agree.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, all of these food questions have made me really hungry.
Mm.
So I wanted to do something a bit special for our YouTube
Oh,
videos, YouTube
okay.
viewers. So if you're listening to the audio version, I'm really sorry. You're going to want to switch to our YouTube channel and watch Sunny try some of my homemade English pie. Yeah, so make a switch to our YouTube channel. So, okay, so a bit of background to this. I visited Sunnyhouse with my mum back in
Right.
April, and I have no doubt that she'll be watching. So, hi, Mum.
Hi. Hi, mom.
Yeah, she's always wanted a shout out, so she's got one now. But anyway, so she's gluten free for like medical reasons, and
Mm-hmm.
all the way in the UK, she came across Sunnyhouse
Oh,
on Facebook and
right.
Instagram and SNS,
So
etc.
sweet.
Um, so when she was coming over, we planned to come visit,
Right.
and obviously you met us in April, which was lovely. We sat right
Mm-hmm.
here, um, but the thing was finding a place to have. Um, like a safe
Mm,
gluten-free experience was really quite
mm-hmm.
tricky in Seoul. So that was the reason she made a list of gluten-free
Uh-huh.
places that she'd found, and Sunny House was at the top. Um, so firstly, thank you for making Sunny House, being part of bringing this,
My pleasure.
yeah, no, this
Yes.
gluten-free safe zone. Um, because it is, I didn't realize how
Mm-hmm.
tricky
Oh,
it can be.
it's very tricky.
Whilst making this pie, I also helped with,
It's hard.
yeah. So yeah, thank you very much for that. So some of the nights she
Uh-huh.
was here, I actually cooked. I cooked.
Right.
A small way of paying her back, I guess.
Oh.
um, but what I made was an
Uh-huh.
English recipe pie. Now normally I make it,
Mm-hmm.
in a regular fashion, wheat flour,
Right.
but I had to adapt it for
Mm-hmm.
gluten free. I think I pulled it off because she said it was okay.
I'm excited.
Um, so as a thank you, I wanted to cook for you.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, this is gluten-free beef pie. It's gluten-free English
Uh-huh.
pie made by an Englishman in Seoul. So I
Oh,
hope it's good.
so the name is English pie.
I think it's going to be like beef, red
Okay.
wine,
Beef, red
onion,
wine.
carrot, something, something, something.
Oh, that's a long name, but
Yeah, but it's just an adaptation. So
okay.
normally there'd be like Worcestershire sauce in there.
Oh, okay.
You can get that here, but getting a
Right.
gluten-free version is next to impossible.
Right.
Gluten-free soy sauce is readily available, but I had run out,
Right.
so I'm
Oh,
sorry. So I
okay.
had to adapt on that as well. And obviously the
Uh-huh.
flour for the crust is corn flour.
Oh, usually it's wheat.
Usually it's wheat, so
Right.
had to adapt there.
Oh,
Um, yeah, I told you earlier. I'm going to tell you again for
right.
the benefit of our viewers that I the first time I made this for her, I did not realize I had add a binder.
Right, right, right.
Um, and then ChatGPT was like Xanax
Xanthangum?
xanthangum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did not have that,
Of
so I
course.
was like, "What do I do?" So I had to add an egg.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's the version I've made for you.
And it came
Um,
out
it did come out.
pretty.
It's been on the way here, so hopefully it's still good. Would you like to tuck in?
Yes, I
Um,
would.
yeah,
Big scoop?
take whatever you like. So it's just a topped pie.
Right.
So the bottom is obviously loose. Um, Normally there'd
Oh,
be kind of pastry all the way around the pie.
right.
So it is a
You
slight adaptation.
well, you
Thank
have to
you.
try your own.
Yeah.
It's my first well, I had fish and chips, but I don't think it counts as, real homemade English food. So, my first time
Right, I hope you enjoy it.
smells good.
Yeah, I mean, it's got red wine in it.
Uh-huh.
There, like mixed herbs and a little bit of MSG.
Mm. Ooh,
So,
okay.
I like MSG. I think it's good.
First bite, I'm gonna have everything. Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's actually very familiar.
Oh yeah.
Mm. Very good. Very well seasoned.
Thank you. That's
Sorry, I'm a TikToker, so I'm like, I
You're
look
like,
the
where?
camera.
Who do I talk to? It's okay. YouTube doesn't care.
I'll be like, I'm going back and forth. So good.
No, I'm glad.
And the
I'm really
beef?
glad. It took so it was simmered for an
Mhm.
hour and a half on stovetop,
Mhm.
and then obviously baked. So it's gone through it. So hopefully it's soft enough.
It's so tender.
Oh yeah, oh good.
Mhm.
I'm glad you liked it. You like it.
Mm. This is delicious.
There
And
you
I
go.
love savory things.
Oh really? Oh that's
I'm not
good.
a sweet pie girl
Oh
at
you,
all.
I'm gonna give an ad shout out now. McDonald's, bring back your apple pie to Korea, please. I
Oh
miss it.
yeah, people love that.
McDonald's apple pie is the best.
Ah,
If
they
you
don't have it
skip the
anymore, huh?
third degree burns. when
Mm.
you first lived here.
Well, they should make it gluten-free. But that's too much in Korea, no. It will never happen.
Is there any like gluten-free stuff in McDonald's? No, I thought not.
Never.
So they back home
Mhm.
they did do a vegan burger once.
Oh, we have vegan burger,
Oh yeah.
but
Oh,
not
okay.
at McDonald's, at Lotteria. Have you
Lotteria.
ever tried
Lotteria
Lotteria?
is my favorite. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm
My
glad.
whole family loves Lotteria.
Mm.
Like, they didn't believe me when they first came because I was
Mhm.
like, "Trust me, this is better than McDonald's."
Mm.
And then they tried it. I like the double classic.
Mhm.
It's impeccable. But they were still skeptical right up until the moment they took their first
Mhm.
bite, and then they were like, "This is the best."
But you know how a lot of American people say Korean food is too sweet.
Y-
Do you feel the same way?
it depends on what it is. So like
Mhm.
garlic bread, I don't think should
Oh.
be sweet.
Yeah, yeah,
um,
garlic bread.
yeah, that's tricky. That took some getting used to.
Mm.
Um, I don't mind the sweetness. Like I'm one of these people that um, I don't care if food is unhealthy. Um, it's like I can't remember who said it, but I say it all the time. It's I cook the way that a chef would cook. They're never
Mm.
going to see you again. So the main way is to, the main thing is
Yes.
it has to taste good.
Yeah, and I don't think using, MSG here and
Yeah,
there is
a
a
little
bad thing
bit.
at all.
Yeah,
No. You're not gonna die.
exactly. I'm gonna die anyway. I might as well taste
Mm.
good.
Well, I don't use MSG at Sunnyhouse Café, by the way, but for my cooking, I do.
Okay. So first time trying an
Mhm.
English style pie.
Love.
English food
Mm.
based on this.
You see, I did I did doubt English food
Okay.
for a long time because, they say English food is
Bad.
bad.
Yeah. I tell you what, I think the question should be, does this open the door to trying more in the future?
Mm. I really wanna try, mashed peas?
Oh, like
Mash?
yeah, the mushy peas.
Mm.
Sorry.
Mushy
I've
peas.
been here so long, I forget.
Mm.
Yeah, mushy peas.
I'm so
They're
curious.
quite good. Bubble and squeak is good. I can't.
But the naming,
Oh yeah.
Bubble and Squeak.
Oh, so telling my mother-in-law that the
Mhm.
dish I'd cooked her was called toad in the hole
Oh, yeah, Toad in the Hole.
she was like, "What do you mean?"
That's the thing, who's naming all this?
Is
Englishmen are very
why are you
creative.
cooking frog? I was like,
Yeah,
"No,
pigs in blanket.
it's just sausage. It's fine. Don't worry."
Can I have a
Um,
bit of more?
yeah, of course you
This
can.
is
Thank you.
good,
I'm glad you enjoy it.
and it's really warm still. You know what? I think I need to ask for a recipe afterwards as well, because this is good.
You can definitely you can have it, and I'll post it on YouTube as well. I'll post it on our Substack with a link so that if anyone else is
Oh,
brave enough to try it.
yes, please.
Um, yeah, it's. I think one of the things that is nice
Mhm,
about cooking here is that there's well, cooking for other people here
mhm,
is that British food is it sounds obvious, but it is so foreign, and like
mm,
people do have that perception. So when I have people over at my house,
mhm,
like, and I cook something, toad in the hole, so like bangers and mash, whatever,
mhm,
people are always pleasantly surprised. Sometimes I'm curious as to whether they're just paying lip service and being
mhm,
nice, but
mhm.
it is always nice when people their perception changes a little bit. So flying the flag a little bit with British
Right.
food. I mean, none of it's from England. So,
Oh.
yeah, I mean, that's the next step, I guess. I need to invest in supply chains
Right.
and
That's
coal.
true,
Yeah.
that's true.
Um,
It is Korean English food. Korean
Korean, yeah,
ingredient
Korean ingredients.
ingredient.
But I think that's what one of the things that is so fun about making food is that you kind of
Mhm.
get to just bring all of it together,
Mm,
and then it's whatever it
mm,
is. Doesn't matter if the
mhm,
beef is from Australia.
mm.
It's still the
True.
recipe.
Then if your English friend comes, what's your first Korean food that you feed them?
Oh. That's a really good question. Um, the first. So I love kimchi jjigae.
Mm. Mhm.
But that is not always like the best
Right.
starting point.
Mhm.
Um, it's probably like BBQ.
Korean
Like,
barbecue is safe.
yeah, it's an
Yeah,
easy way to get people in.
true.
And then you can
Right.
order like the flaming hot side dish of kimchi jjigae and be like, just
Mm.
try a little bit of
Mhm.
that. Like,
Mhm.
um, because obviously it comes in a stone pot,
Mm.
right? And the first
Mm.
time I was a bit dumb and
Mm.
touched it, and yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that hurt. So
it
yeah, learnt
does.
my lesson.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I think that's probably the starting point. BBQ.
Mhm.
It's plus that's
Good
quite,
choice.
yeah. I mean that's quite hard to fuck up as well.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I think
Right.
unless your meat is terrible, it's quite hard to mess up.
But is more people now aware of kimchi and Korean culture in England?
Yeah, I mean, so there's a significant number of like Korean
Mhm.
Korean
Mm.
shops now. There's a part of London called New Malden, and
Mm.
it's like kind of unofficial nickname slash
Uh-huh.
official nickname is like Koreatown. Um,
Mm.
it's really cool. Like there's
Right.
it's probably one of the only places that you'd find like Korean language in
Oh,
London.
on the
But yeah, on
signs and
signage and everything.
everything.
It's really cool. I like it. I
Mhm.
like it there. We have a chain.
Mhm.
It's like H Mart, but
Mm.
like UK version.
Mhm.
It's called Oseo. Like,
Mm.
and there's one like called Seoul Plaza. So yeah, it's easy to get. Kimchi's easy to get.
Mhm.
Um, BB Go.
Mm.
So yeah, it's definitely growing. I mean, one of the busiest shops, like so the
Mhm.
Chinatown in central London,
Right.
just like kind of on the periphery of that is like other Asian style foods.
Mhm.
Um, and a significant number of that is obviously now Korean.
Mhm.
And one of the places that was always busy was called Bunchik. And
Mm.
the queue would just go down the street. Yeah,
Really?
it was.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, and they're only doing like tteokbokki, corn
Mhm.
dogs, and like ramen. That was it. And
But still,
yeah, the queue was always crazy.
maybe I should move to England.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I
would
can
do
make
well.
that. I can make all of that in a heartbeat.
I think it's probably like prime golden time. So like my sister,
Mhm.
obviously I live here.
Mm.
Um, but the first like movie that she watched on my suggestion was
Mhm.
K-pop Demon Hunters, and then afterwards she was like, "Oh, I want to try like that and stuff." I was like, "Yeah, like it's good. What do you think I've been saying for like, like
She didn't trust you.
no? I mean, I understand.
Yeah, brother and sisters are like that. Me and my brother. Yeah.
she's she's a really good egg, and she's like kind of
Mhm.
taking it slowly, but really working through like the things that she likes and
Mhm.
what she doesn't like. My
Love
brother
that.
really enjoyed being here.
Mm.
He loved the food.
I'm glad. I'm glad. If you don't like the food, the
Mm.
experience kind of.
Well, he's usually really picky. So when he first came, I was really worried. I was like, he's not
Korean
going to try
food,
anything.
yeah.
Um, things with sauce.
Mm.
Can't stand saucy things.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, he loved it.
Good. Because things might look scary.
Mm.
Korean food, right?
The octopus one still freaks me out.
I can't eat it.
Okay, good.
I'm Korean. I can't touch it. No, there's a lot of things, even though I'm Korean, I don't eat.
Okay.
So I'll just have a little bit more and I'll talk.
Please, please, please. Yeah, the
Yes.
was it called lacti? The one, yeah,
찬낙지.
that one. Yeah,
Mm.
I can't deal with that. It's I mean, it's a double whammy for me. One, it's moving, and
Mm.
two, it's like fish,
Mm.
and I'm not a big fan of fish food.
And it actually bites you
Oh yeah,
when you put it
I've
in.
read that like some people like it gets stuck.
Yeah. No,
I don't
I
want to be
can't.
choked from the inside.
Me neither. Me neither.
I mean, I don't want to be choked at all, but from the
No.
inside would be terrible.
No,
So,
no, no.
do you think there are like any foods that don't translate? Because like corn dog has,
Mm.
but ramen is quite transferable.
Mhm.
Do you think any like Korean foods, probably like that, might not transfer or
Mm.
translate to other places?
I mean, I feel like 청국장 will be hard
Right.
because it's very simple. But when I see people eating natto,
Mm.
you know, it's fine for a lot of people,
Right.
right? The fermented smell is okay with a lot of people nowadays.
Mm.
But I still feel like when I try to have my friends try 청국장,
Mm.
it's really hard for them to dive in. And also bringing meju, the ingredient
Mm.
itself,
Mm.
is just really, really hard,
Yeah. I
right?
think if there wasn't like, well, like we were saying a minute ago, like supply chains, if you're trying to do it on your
Right.
own, that's quite hard. I mean, I'm always very surprised when people
Mm-hmm.
tell me that there's like a Korean restaurant in Ethiopia.
Oh,
How
in
did that happen?
Ethiopia.
Yeah, I have a very good source who's told me that there are
Right.
Korean restaurants in
Oh,
Ethiopia, and I'm like, how on earth did that happen?
right.
Um, but it did, and that's quite cool, right?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's cool to see like English food in various parts of Seoul. I didn't think I would get so
Sure.
happy about that.
Mm.
Um, you know, like there's a pub in Itaewon.
That's the thing. To be honest, I don't really know any
You just know
in
the pub
yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
never really thought it was an English pub.
Oh, the Rose
Or
and Crown.
or if I go yeah, which sounds so English now, but I just never thought it was an English pub.
Yeah, it's English style, and then the crack house, as in the Irish way of spelling crack, not the bad way.
Oh.
Like the crack house as an Irish bar on the other side of the street.
Right.
So yeah, they're there, which is
Yeah.
nice. I was at the Rose and Crown the other day
Right.
actually. So
Are they owned by an English person?
I don't know.
Or oh.
I've never spoken to
Oh,
the
okay.
owner. I mean, the people staff that work there are Korean.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm.
they're always lovely though, and it's
Okay.
one of the rare places that you can get
Mm.
Guinness on tap and
Oh,
London
okay.
Pride on tap.
Oh, okay, so they're
Um,
doing it.
yeah,
Doing it.
they invested,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it's they're doing well. I mean, that Rose and Crown has been there forever. Like
That's true.
everyone says it's like
Yeah.
it's been there ages. Okay, so I think we've had
Mhm.
probably enough food and
Yes.
enough waffle. Thank you for joining us uh, for our exclusive YouTube segment. Yeah, we're going to do
Mhm.
this looking to camera.
Mhm.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and it really does help us grow the show. So thank you very much, and thank you, Sunny, for trying English pie.
Yes, thank you for cooking.
You're welcome. Okay, so for our audio listeners, welcome
Mhm.
back. So this is the portion where we're coming to a close, but
Right.
I wanted to sit here and talk to you some more. So I wonder, do you have anything that you want to talk about or any questions for me?
I'm very nosy
Okay.
because I don't know if you already talked about it on your podcast, but I must know why you started,
Oh,
right? First of all, what made you start?
all right.
And I feel like being a foreigner in Korea, starting a podcast, you have a family.
Mm.
It's not something a lot of people would do. It can scare some people,
It's
right?
still scary.
Right.
Usually it's I'm co-hosting with my colleague and friend and
Right.
fellow student
Uh-huh.
of life, Eric,
Mm,
who
mm,
obviously isn't here today. Um, I think like the idea started with me. I
mhm,
texted him and basically said, "Do you want to do a podcast?" Um, you know, the economic market is not as amazing as it once
mm,
was, and I was getting really worried that I was being too like uh, I was being a bit too complacent and not like upskilling, not finding
mhm,
things to do, whilst searching for a job. I'm
mm,
searching, but at some point there's going to be a gap in like learning,
mhm,
and I didn't want that gap to go any bigger. So, I always thought podcasting would be fun.
mm,
Um, I'd never really thought about it seriously until that point. Um, and I knew I wanted to do it with someone.
mhm,
And Eric was the logical choice to like text.
mhm,
Um, he has a really good counterbalance to me. I think he's very calm, collected. Um, when obviously he told me that he
mhm,
wasn't going to be here today, um,
I panicked for a little while. And he would have been,
Right.
I think, somewhat panicky, but he would have handled
Mm.
it much more calm. He's a very calming influence on me, and that's why I
Mhm.
love having a co-host. But yeah, I think he started for similar reasons.
Mm.
He wanted to do it for similar reasons, but the podcast has evolved into from something that we want to just do to learn to
Mm.
something that we would like to do,
Mhm.
and something that I'm taking more and more seriously.
Right.
Because it gives us an opportunity to do some things that I think are really important. Um,
Hmm.
I do not particularly enjoy the current state of our media environment. So if I can
Mhm.
contribute long
Right.
form, well thought out
Right.
conversations with interesting people,
Uh-huh.
um, I think that matters.
It does.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Oh, that's really inspiring too.
It's not, but thank you very
It
much.
is. It is. Because I would always tell myself if I can't find the job I want to be in,
Mm.
I can
Yeah,
make one for myself. And I feel like you're doing just
thank you.
that.
I mean, you've got your fingers in like we're talking about
A
pie
lot of
a
things.
lot of pies. You've got
A
your
lot of
fingers in a lot of
pies.
pies. I mean, how do you keep all of those? I'm going to use another metaphor now. How do
Mhm.
you keep all of those plates like spinning?
The thing is that's something that a lot of people wonder, but I never feel like that. I never feel like I'm overwhelmed. I never feel like I'm doing so many things at once because, to be brutally honest, I have ADHD. I do have ADHD. So I hyperfixate on certain things. And for me, luckily, that goes a long, long, long way. So I started blogs and I'm still doing, sharing
Yeah.
right now. I used to be fixated on working out. I stopped. That stopped because I was injured so many times. But when I'm into something, I just dive.
It's hard to get you off of it.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's my problem. Not being able to stop myself from doing
Right.
something. So when people say, "How do you find the motivation?" I tell them I don't BS my answer and be like, "Oh, do this and that." No, 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 no. It's I was
That energy
born
is
that
going
way.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I'm not more diligent than others.
Mm.
I'm just wired that way,
Yeah.
you know?
I think I think there's so much talk about. I mean, I'm gonna try not to get on like a high horse, but like I think there's
Mhm.
so much talk about like self optimization,
Uh-huh.
like track my calories, track my like
Oh, yeah,
alcohol
yeah.
intake. And it's like, yeah, that's maybe that can play a role in being
Mm.
healthier.
Mm.
Cool. But does that like I th- your motivation
Mm.
will push you way further than not drinking alcohol for like
Mm.
3 days. Um, like if you're motivated to do something
Mhm.
and you care about it deeply,
Mhm.
I think you'll find a way of doing it.
Right.
And that's not, I'm not trying to say that people don't face legitimate challenges. Like they
Mhm.
do, and there's all sorts of reasons and stuff.
Right.
But if it occupies, I can't remember who said it, but
Right.
if it occupies your brain for long enough, you've got to try it. Like you've
You
got to do,
have to.
yeah. Like otherwise, that energy has to go
Right.
somewhere, and you might as well direct it at something
Right.
that you care about.
I kind of say it's like a mosquito bite.
Right.
You have to scratch it. You know you can't, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you have to. It
In
just feels
Korea,
that
that's very
way.
common.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
The
it-
mosquito bites.
getting used to summer in general.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
I'm not.
England is not like that.
I
Not
mean,
at all.
England gets hot.
But not
Yeah, I mean
humid.
the heat is very different.
Is it a dry heat?
It's like being in an oven.
Okay.
Like the whole country is in an oven.
Convectional.
Yeah, I mean,
Perfect.
unfortunately, my folks and friends back home are going
Uh,
through
that
the hottest. I think it was the hottest
oh
May
my
on
gosh.
record ever. But yeah, like Korean heat, like because it's the humidity and stuff,
Yeah.
like that really gets me.
Mm,
So yeah, getting and along
right.
come the mosquitoes at that point too.
That's true.
I mean, obviously you grew up in the US, so like
Mhm.
but you moved back here a
When I
little
was
while
20,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but what was the biggest like culture shock thing for you?
Coming back.
Yeah.
Hmm. Everything, to be honest.
Right.
Right now, people can't tell that I'm from America, but when I first came, when I was 20, I still had that 교포, those kind of second generation English, Konglish vibe, and I was very unique to the culture here. So people would always tell me, "Wow, you're very unique," you know?
But not in a nice way.
Not in a nice way. I was very blunt to them, you
Yeah.
know? And yeah, all that. And but other than that, I mean, I guess because I look Korean, I don't think it would be fair for me to say there was a lot of culture shock compared to other foreigners who are here. But I would, because I'm from California, I would smile at strangers here,
Yeah.
and they would, walk up to me and say, "Do we have a thing going
Yeah. Like,
on?"
what are you doing? Why are you looking
Or
at me?
I will make a small talk
Mm.
because we do that in California, or
Mm.
give each other hugs.
Yeah.
Never do that here.
I mean, people
Never.
complain about that in like London. No,
Mhm.
I'm from London, so like
Mhm.
the rest of the country has this vibe of like, oh, like if you're on the walk, you'll
Oh,
say hello to the
hello,
person,
good
hello, and
morning.
then they come to London and like nobody says hello here, and it's like,
Oh,
yeah, it's different.
I
Like
didn't know
we're,
that either.
yeah, no,
So
like
you don't well,
no,
you guys are Korean of the West.
I think it's different. It like there's definitely an element of
Mm.
there is a community feel to London that is unique to
Mhm.
that part of the country.
Right.
So it's not hi to everyone on your walk to work,
Mhm.
but there is a camaraderie
Mhm.
on the underground, on the tube,
Mm.
you know, like we're all in this
Right.
hot, sticky mess together.
Right.
The underground is great, but like it's
Uh-huh.
always hot. And there's a camaraderie there that I think I miss sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Um,
England is such an interesting country, though. Like, you guys have queens?
yeah,
You guys
well,
have
he's king
right,
currently.
king,
Yeah.
right. And the hierarchy, you guys have, like, dukes. You guys
Mm.
have, names.
Yeah. I think I didn't realize how much I appreciated, like I love living in Korea.
Mhm.
So I'll preface everything I'm about to say with that.
Right.
I didn't realize how much I liked the UK until I left.
That's how people feel
Yeah. Like it
when they
it
leave.
it gave me like a reason to reflect, and the part of that is distance, right? Like it's like, oh, okay, I don't have to deal with XYZ thing.
Mm.
Um But I think the majority of it is that there are some parts of
Mhm.
the culture and things that I grew up in that are now so it's an intrinsic part of me,
Uh-huh.
and this is a bad example. Well, I mean, it's a good example, but it's a very minor detail, like opening the door for the person behind you.
Mm.
I can't stop doing that. Everyone
Mm.
here thinks I'm a weirdo.
Mm. Americans are the same.
Yeah.
They always open the door for the people behind them,
Yeah.
but they don't do that here, do
Yeah.
they?
And most people will be like,
Yeah, I still do it.
yeah, like, and they'll try and tell me to go, and I'm like, no, 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 I'm
No, go
you.
yes, go ahead.
And it's such a minor thing, but it's
Yeah.
like I think that's those little elements that make you you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's all of those combinations of little things. And you don't really think about it when you're living it day to day.
That's true. But because I did encounter an a gentleman
Mm,
from England.
right.
I think he was in his like 60s.
Mm.
And just encountering him, we were in the hotel lobby elevator. I was going up and he was like, which floor?
Yeah, yeah.
Ma'am,
Mm,
right? I think he called me madam or
right.
something like that. And I was like, and
Oh.
when they have their hats on, they would take it off
Yeah.
and say hello.
Very old school gentleman there.
I was like, I'm in love.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, I mean
those little things. I'm like,
that's so true.
it doesn't happen here.
I mean, it's not that it's not a bad thing. It's just different, right? Like it's
Yeah. Well, you have other kind of 아저씨s here and 할아버지.
mm,
They're nice to you in a different way.
yeah, that
Yeah.
common courtesy is like
Mm,
is expressed in a different way.
right.
Like I can never have an empty plate
Yeah, that
know,
food.
someone will always
Right.
give me more food
Or they're very nosy.
yeah, well, you know, when we're at the bar, you know,
Mm.
a pub or whatever, you know, my drink's never empty. Someone's always poured me more
Oh,
or got me
of
another one.
course.
You know,
Of
and
course.
you know, that happens sometimes in the UK, but the common thing is like you'll finish at a time everyone else finishes, and
Mm.
then we'll go get another round. We'll kind
Right.
of like organize it that way. But you know, I'll just be sat there and then
Right.
I'll look back
Right.
and then suddenly my drink's full again. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
Thank you, whoever.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it expresses itself in different ways.
Right.
And I think, I mean, that's part of, I think you probably agree with me. It's one of the
Mhm.
interesting things of being in a new place.
Yeah,
You know, like you get to experience both. I,
that's right.
the question about this will be interesting for you. Like, how do you feel about, you know, because you spent a significant portion of your life growing up somewhere else.
Mhm.
Do you ever feel like conflicted or confused about your
My
like,
identity?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah?
I was. To be honest, I because we were small, I used to live in Sacramento. And kids there, of course, they never really saw an Asian girl. So although I didn't speak, I understood English. And every time they would see me, they said, "Oh, she looks scary." Right?
Why?
You know, different.
Different,
Yes,
yeah.
different. So I understand now that they didn't mean bad. They were being honest. And also, I would go to sleepovers and they wouldn't let me sit on certain things. Like they were allowed to sit on sofas.
Right.
I guess I was invited so that they could, this is my opinion, so that they could make sure that I feel welcome, but at the same time, I wasn't allowed to be them.
One of them.
Yes, one of
Mm.
them. And they would record me playing pianos because I would play pianos because, you know, Korean people they just learn it. So even though I was very young, I felt like I understood discrimination. I felt like I understood what it feels like to be an
You
outsider
didn't
from.
know that that was the word for it, but you
Yes.
felt that.
Yes, and it
Right.
was my first time and that hit me very hard.
Mm.
It changed me to a point where I till middle school years, I did not look at anyone in the eyes when I talked. I'm very extroverted, right? But I was very closed off because I felt like everybody saw me in the worst way possible.
Mm.
So I felt very small. I didn't feel comfortable at all. And so I would like like a lot of other Asian kids, I wanted to be them.
Mm.
I wanted to not have black hairs and squinty eyes, like they would say, or have the colors that I have, or not bring the school lunch that my mom packs me.
Yeah.
I would beg my mom to make me sandwich. Of course, she didn't really know what to put in, so she would put Spam.
Right.
And so I would,
Spam's good.
it's good, but American people don't think Spam is a
Right.
good, you know? So they would be like, ew,
Yeah.
you know? Just the whole elementary school and middle school till I came to the Bay Area, which is a melting pot, San Francisco, near San Francisco. I, it was just kind of suffocating
Yeah.
for a young person to go through.
Mm.
So I was like, am I proud of being Korean?
Mm.
People, like a lot of kids would, make me point at the map, where's Korea? And I would point to, like, they will see a little dot and they were like, do you guys even have computer?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll be like, yes, I I have computers. I used to have two computers, but I couldn't say that fluently.
Right, right.
And it would crush me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That must have been tricky.
Oh yeah.
I don't, you know, I've not been here that long,
Mm,
and you know, obviously I'm an adult, and I was an adult when I arrived.
mm,
Too old. Ugh. Um, I don't know if I'll ever feel that, but I do worry about like
mm.
potential future children
Of
and like how I might
course.
help them navigate
Right.
that. You know, it's
Right.
it's you know difficult when you haven't experienced something
Yeah.
and helping someone else through that. It's you know a big question as well. Like I know lots of people do struggle
Mm,
with their identity, where to kind of align themselves
right.
or whatever, and there's not much comfort in just going, well, that I'm just going to be me.
Oh, yeah.
Like
But
you have
that
to be
happened.
it does, but you have to be a
It
really
doesn't.
strong person
Right.
to do that. Some people get there,
Yeah.
after trials and tribulations, but
The funny thing is, for me, it happened overnight.
oh really?
Yes, in middle school, I just said, you know what? F this.
Mm.
I can't live this like anymore because I have so much passion and love and all these inside me. I was like,
Mm.
you know what? I'm going to act the way I want me to act.
Mm.
And then the next day, from not even being able to meet someone's eyes and talk, I started talking. I started looking them in the eyes.
And it
Something switched.
overnight.
Yeah, overnight. I said, of course, death was one thing
Mm.
because I wasn't close to him, but one of my classmates passed away in his sleep
Ah.
in middle school, all of a sudden. That's when death came very near to me.
Mm.
And that's when I started asking myself,
Like the effects was close enough
right.
to feel.
I actually cried that night because I felt like I was gonna die in the sleep. That was, I guess, traumatic to me. And so I kept on asking myself, am I happy living the way I am? Because I would lie to my parents that I had a lot of friends in school. I lied that I was good. I was having a wonderful time because I didn't want to worry them because they were already struggling with everything.
Right.
We were living in a
Just
garage,
Yeah.
4 people, garage, not enough money to survive. We would get food stamps. So I knew, even though I was young, that I couldn't be a burden to them.
Right.
So I would lie.
Mm.
And then I was like, you know what? I don't want to lie. I'm going to actually live a life that I told them so that I wouldn't become a liar. I want to become a proud daughter and I want to be a proud person to myself. That switched.
It's almost like you lied, but then you were like, I'm going to make this a reality now.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? Some people will call that manifesting.
Yes, manifest. I
Like-
guess I knew how to manifest
Yeah,
back
exactly.
then.
There was
But if you lie to a point where
fake
you're
it till you
like,
make it.
you know what?
Mm.
I don't want to be a liar anymore. You
Mm.
can't hold that in for that long.
Yeah. Okay, so we've spoken about a lot of stuff today, and unfortunately, time is not unlimited.
That's right.
So we're gonna have to say thank you
Mhm.
to you for having us, having me here, and the Foreign Tigers podcast come here and record in your in Sunnyhouse. Thank you to you for giving us your time. We really appreciate it, and this conversation has been amazing. So
Thank you.
No,
Thank you. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it was lovely for us. So lovely for me. I mean, I'm so used to saying us. Eric,
well, he's
he's here in
us.
spirit.
Yeah, yes,
exactly.
he's here in spirit.
It was so lovely to be here and just hear your answers and hear how thoughtful and deliberate your choices have been to get you to this point.
Thank you.
And it was done with intention, and you can feel it. I think that's probably the biggest compliment I can pay you. Like I can feel the intention.
I'm
behind.
grateful.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much, and we're gonna end it here.
All
thank
right.
you.
Can I say bye?
Okay, look to the camera, say bye.